Yes, we're back with another Secrets of the Subway video. This time it's going to be with the IRT Jerome Ave Line in the Bronx, and we have some pretty interesting secrets about the IRT Jerome Ave Line. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get straight into the video. We're here at 175th Street and Walton Avenue in the Bronx to see the secrets. Alright, so after a long bike down here to almost 161st Street Station on the IRT Jerome Avenue line, we can see the tracks start to split apart, and there is some space for two more tracks, and that is the actual 9th Avenue elevated. And there's another remain of the 9th Avenue elevated. It's just up ahead here. But yeah, the track split, as you can see. Makes way for two more tracks. Another thing that I wanted to point out here is that the space for the two tracks, you can see it now goes down a little bit, and that's because the 9th Avenue elevated curved down from the, not curved down, the tracks went down to separate from the IRT Jerome Avenue line. You can see they start to go down here. And that's pretty cool. We got a 4 train up here. That was a Manhattan 4 train, but yeah, you can see the tracks appears to be a little lower than where we were earlier. And yeah, still not at the remains yet, so let's keep time-lapsing. Another secret before we get to the actual secret. You can see the making for the tracks appears to be a little lower now. Well, a lot lower now. And that's where the 9th Avenue L used to go. You can see a pretty interesting secret. The elevated structure is red, which I think they painted this green in like the early 1970s. I'm not sure when they painted it green, but you can see a little remain of red there, which is pretty cool. And you can see the tracks for the 9th Avenue L appear to be a lot lower. And if we go a little further, you can see it starts to curve onto this little trackway right here. And this is where they demolished the 9th Avenue elevated. You can see here, it used to curve down. It used to curve down to Manhattan, I think. And there's a station remains on the 9th Avenue L, but this is a little structure. The station remains we'll get to later, but this is a structure of the 9th Avenue elevated. You see it curves here all the way right here. But I think they've demolished it to make way for the new Yankee Stadium. You can see. But yeah, that's pretty cool right there, as you can see. But I'll explain more on voiceover. Now let's head on to the Anderson and Jerome station, just further down the station, just further down the line, the abandoned Anderson and Jerome station. We're back here with our fellow friend, the track map. And as you can see here, between 167th Street and 161st Street on the IRT Jerome Avenue line, in the middle the tracks kind of split, and there's a little gateway, there's a little way for two more tracks. And as you can see below, the tracks curve off as we saw in the video that I took today. And you can see the number 25 there, so let's see what that means. but as you can see, it shows where the remains of the 9th Avenue elevated were, where it curved off to the Anderson Jerome station, which we'll be talking about later on in this video. As you can see here, I highlighted it so it's more clear. As you can see, number 25, it says, the IRT 9th Avenue elevated Jerome Avenue line connection, Sedgwick Avenue station, Anderson Avenue station. So there was actually more stations in the Bronx. You could see that Sedgwick Avenue station, which I didn't really get to in this video, because it was too far away and I didn't know where it was. But I did cover Anderson Jerome station on this video. But yeah, it shows here that it says here that the IRT 9th Avenue elevator used to curve off from the Jerome Avenue line onto its own path. I think it went to Manhattan, but we'll read more on that in the next part. As we can see here, it shows us a brief description of what the 9th Avenue elevated was, so let's read it. The IRT 9th Avenue elevated, or L, was New York City's first elevated railway line, operating in Manhattan and the Bronx from 1868 until its closure in 1958. The line originally ran along Greenwich Street and 9th Avenue and was later extended north. Much of the main line was torn down in 1940 after being replaced by the new 8th Avenue subway line. So it says here it was operating in 1868 and it was closed in 1958 due to being replaced by the 8th Avenue subway line, which is also demolished. And yeah, let's find out why it was really closed. We know it was really closed from the 8th Avenue subway line, but let's see when it was really closed and why it was really closed. Oh, so the 9th Avenue elevator was closed on June 11th, 1940. And it also had a connection to the Polo Ground shuttle, which remained operating until August 31st, 1958. So it was connected to the Polo Ground shuttle, and it was a small northern portion called the Polo Ground shuttle. Let's read it. The majority of the IRT 9th Avenue line was closed and dismantled on June 11, 1940. Though a small northern portion known as the Polo Ground shuttle remained in operation until it shut down on August 31st, 1958. The main line's closure was due to its replacement by the city-owned 8th Avenue line and redundancy. Here are the key dates. June 11, 1940, the main line of the IRT 9th Avenue was closed, with service ending most of the line. August 31st, 1958. The Polo Ground shuttle was the last remaining section of the line ceased operation, and its elevated portion was demolished. So that's some pretty interesting information. Most of the IRT 9th Avenue L was demolished, closed in 1940, but a small northern portion, known as the Polo Ground shuttle, remained in operation until it was eventually closed as well. So that's pretty cool, actually. That's some pretty cool information about the 9th Avenue elevated. So I found this Google image of the track map, a little track map of the 9th Avenue elevated, and you can see between 167 and 161st Street, and you can see where I was in the video that I took of like where it really curved off. You can see in the video that I took, there's like remains of like where the tracks used to curve off from the Jerome Avenue line, but over here it gives you a brief description of a brief image of how they used to curve off to its own line, and then after that, Anderson Jerome, which we'll be covering later in this video. So I found this YouTube video, credits to the original owner of the 9th Avenue L when it was still running, and here's the Anderson Jerome station, which we'll be covering later in this video. And here is where the 9th Avenue elevator used to meet with the IRT Jerome Ave Line. So you can see the video that I took, there was some space. There was some remains of where the tracks used to separate off the line. And here is the tracks coming together as you can see, to form the current IRT Jerome Ave Line. And here it is at 167th Street. And Jerome Avenue, and you guys probably know where I'm going with this one. This time we're behind the Yankee Stadium, and there's a little remains that not that much people know about, I'm guessing. And you can't really see it, but you can like see where it was. You can't really, because there's like station remains there, but it's pretty high up, as you can see. Well, not really see because I'm about to get there, but it's pretty high up, so I'm just gonna show you where it was located. And right here, wait, go get a bait. Right here, I'm assuming, above here, was where the IRT Jerome Avenue Anderson Jerome station was. Way up here. I'm gonna try to see if I can climb up. No, I can't. I could probably try climbing up there, but I'm not sure. But here, where the Anderson and Jerome station here was. Another day, I'll probably see if I can find anything up there. I can climb up there, but yeah, that's basically where the Anderson and Jerome Avenue station was. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's other secrets. Also, yeah, I'll explain the Anderson Jerome station on voiceover. So not talking about the Anderson Jerome Avenue station. It's a pretty interesting story of the Anderson Jerome Avenue station. Let's read it. The Anderson Jerome Avenue station was a former elevated and underground subway station in the High Ridge neighborhood of the Bronx that closed in 1958. So it closed in 1958, which was pretty long ago. While the station is no longer in service, remains of the structure can still be seen today. As you can see in the video, by climbing the rocks that I showed you, you can you can get onto a former platform, and yeah, it's a pretty cool sight. I'm gonna try to see if I can get up there. I'm not sure if I should go up there because it's trespassing, but I'm gonna try to see if I can get some pictures of it. Well, the station is the history is The station began service on July 1st, 1918 as part of the Interborough Rapid Transit, the IRT, 9th Avenue Line extension to the Bronx. So from 167th, like the tracks from 167 to Sedgwick Avenue, the station that I did not cover, but I'll probably cover it one day if I can access it. But yeah, the stations, those two stations were extended from the Bronx, specifically from the Polo Grounds, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And it was extended to the Bronx to serve baseball fans to the Yankee Stadium, I'm guessing, to the Polo Grounds. Well, from the Yankee Stadium to the Polo Grounds, which is pretty cool. Here we have this next part here, Polo Grounds Shuttle. After the main portion of the 9th Avenue line closed in 1940, the Anderson Jerome Avenue station and two other remained open as a part of the Polo Grounds Shuttle. As I said, it was a Polo Grounds shuttle serving from Polo Grounds to 167th Street as a shuttle. This service ran until 1958, primarily for the baseball fans traveling to the Polo Grounds. Again, as I said, baseball fans traveling to the Polo Grounds. Closure. The shuttle and thus the station was permanently closed on August 31st, 1958, after the New York Giants baseball team moved to San Francisco. So it was closed. Well, the main reason was people were trying to get from Yankee Stadium to the Polo Grounds, which is in Manhattan. And It was closed because the New York Giants baseball team moved to San Francisco, which is pretty interesting facts. Location and visible remains. The station was located in the hybrid section of the Bronx near the intersection of 162nd Street and Jerome Avenue. As I was there in the video that I took, I was there and I was in front of the station. I'm gonna try to see if I can go explore it more, but yeah. The abandoned station sits on top of a building that is still visible at the intersection. Well, the station is not visible itself. It was, as I said, high up, but it's still accessible if you want to go try it out. To see, just climb those rocks and there you are to the station. To the left, there's the station when you climb the rocks. Portions of the abandoned platform and tracks can be seen from the elevated 4 train line north of 161st Yankee Stadium station. I don't think that's true because of all the trees blocking it, but probably in the winter you can see it since the leaves on the trees are not there anymore. But that's what I'm assuming they're trying to say. A former access point to the station site located through an abandoned park near Sedgwick Avenue station has been boarded up. There used to be another entrance to the Anderson Jerome station through an abandoned park, but as you can see, the easier way is just to climb up those rocks and you're there. And yeah, here's what the Anderson Jerome station looked like before the 9th Avenue elevator was closed. You can see it looked like a pretty decent station. It looks pretty well kept, and yeah. But now let's see a picture of how it looks today. Here's what the Anderson Jerome Avenue station looks like today. As you can see, it's pretty decaying and rotting. But I mean, you can still see the station, which is visible. But I mean, yeah, looks pretty different than what it looked like almost like 70 years ago. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is a great way to end the video here. Not that much secrets on the IRT Jerome Ave Line, but these are the most interesting secrets I found. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next Secrets of the Subway video if I can find more secrets of nearby subway lines. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.